It's a rainy Thursday morning. It's Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa. What a morning for me, really. I've got Sayo. I'm going solo. Well, not solo though. I've got Sayo on via Zoom, and of course that's Sayo Oguntoye. We'll try and dissect a lot of things. But before I start my story per se, my name is Wale Scott. Welcome on the show. Sayo, good morning.
A wet morning to you, Wale Scott.
Yes.
So wet.
Sayo, I have a grouse this morning. Let me start with you on that one. Have you noticed that if you are watching the Olympics consistently, if you are watching the Olympics steady, practically every country in the Olympics has an athlete with a Nigerian name. Practically all the countries, even Japan.
Yes, it's not really surprising. You know, Nigerians are seen as travelers. They travel virtually to everywhere in the world. You know, name it. Even on islands, they are found there. So I'm not surprised we have a Nigerian contingent or Nigerian names. You know, in these Olympics that are representing other countries. And come to think of it, they might actually have a little affiliation with Nigeria itself. So I think I'm not really surprised.
I think, Sayo, you are being very diplomatic this morning. Where I'm going to is that these guys are running away. They are running away from a bad structure. They are running away from poverty, running away from the way we treat ourselves in this country. And they are going to, let's use the word, a better place. They are running away, really.
Well, yes, I would not blame anyone for doing that. I mean, they are looking for greener pastures. If Nigeria is not green enough, then why can't they look for greener pastures? I think that is the way to go for so many people. I remember Francis Obikwelu, who was a Nigerian. He actually ran for Portugal at some point. You know, I mean, the list is endless. We can keep mentioning names of Nigerians who have switched allegiance to other countries just because of the bad structure, because of poor administration, and because of, you know, so many problems arising from Nigerian athletes. I mean, Nigerian athletes should be, you know, competing against other athletes, but sad to say, they don't only compete against other athletes, they compete against Nigeria itself. It's really sad. It's really, really sad.
Now, let me go to some good news. Some good news to some Nigerians. To me, I will tell you why I feel it's bad news, Sayo, this morning. Now, the federal government has rewarded Blessing Oborududu and S.A. Brume with $10,000 and $7,500 each for their impressive outings at the Tokyo Games. Brume won Nigeria's first medal in the competition on Tuesday after she finished third in the long jump event, while Oborududu got silver in the 68-kilogram women's freestyle. Wrestling later on the same day, of course. The Youth and Sports Ministry had earlier promised a reward the country's athletes with $5,000 for gold, $3,000 for silver, and $2,000 for bronze, but increased the prize to $15,000 for gold, $10,000 for silver, and $7,500 for bronze, after Brume and Oborududu gave the country something to cheer about. The ministry was quick to reward them. The Minister of Youth and Sports, Sunday Dare, presented the prize to both the athletes in a ceremony held at the Grand Prince Hotel in Tokyo on Tuesday. Now, this is my point, Sayo. You are expecting me to open champagne and have a party yet? No. I'm not going to call Pasosef. The truth be said, Sayo, we are tired of Nigerians not grooming these players. When they need this money for training grants and all that, you don't give them. Then you expect a miracle. And then when the miracle comes, you are quick to give them money. You are quick to name streets after them. Why don't you give them money while they are training? Why not give them training grants? Why wait for them to perform miracles and then you give them plenty money?
I want to agree with this sentiment of yours, really. If you look at, this is the Nigerian culture. We do not support our own, not until when they become successful, then we tend to give them this moral backing in terms of financial, accolade attached to it. Now, it's not the best way to go around. Sometimes ago too, I could remember a team actually went from Nigeria, went into the finals. It was then people started, sponsoring them and making them feel they are, that they are being supported. It shouldn't be. From the blast of the whistle, from the very first day, they should be supported. Even before then, do you know what it takes to actually qualify for the Olympics? I mean, the federal government and all stakeholders should be questioned about this. Why now coming out when these people have actually made the name of Nigeria proud, when they've made themselves also proud? Why now coming out to give them laurels, so to say? Why then coming out to give? What if they had not actually, won any medals? Nothing would. It's really so sad. It's really so sad for the likes of Enoch Adegokena, who pulled out an injury right at the finals. Nothing will be done to him. It doesn't speak well of how we are administering sports in the country.
Really, really, really sad. But let me ask this question at this point now. For how long will Nigeria continue not to give our players, our athletes, their training grounds, not to give our players monies to use for training, and then wait for them to win medals before we eventually give them money? How long will we do that for?
The thing is, I don't even think it's going to stop. I must be factual now. I don't think it is going to stop, because looking at the Nigerian sector, the Nigerian environment, everything, all sector in Nigeria is not working.
Okay, Sayo, let me,
and come to think about it.
Sayo, let me slow you down a bit. Mukayo Tinubu, good morning. I was talking about the fact that Blessing Oborududu and S.A. Brume have been given money, $10,000 and $7,500 for doing well. These are the same governments who don't give them money for training. Their training grants, they don't give them. These are the same governments who... my next story is about a particular athlete who had only one jersey. He actually bought the jersey in a store abroad. They didn't send his jersey to him. He has crashed out now. Let's assume this athlete had won a medal. They will arrange him now and put him out of TV and give him money now and say he has done us proud, yeah? This is an athlete who wants to go and buy a Nigerian jersey in a store abroad. He didn't get his kits sent to him.
The thing about this story is that we need to remember, to train an athlete, it costs more. To provide facilities and provide resources for them 4 years in advance of the Olympic tournament, it costs more than the 500, than the 700 they're going to give them at the end of it. So ultimately, what these people are looking at is how to get away with the cheapest amount of money spent.
Let me go to the guy's story. Nigeria's Chukwuebuka Enekwechi, that's his name, failed to win a medal in the men's shot put final at the ongoing Tokyo 2020 Olympics on Thursday, yesterday. That's today, earlier today. The Nigerian athlete finished 12th after throwing 19.74 meters on his third attempt. He fouled in his first attempt, and on his second, he's thrown 18.87 meters, ranked among the top 12 in the event before the Games. Enekwechi made history on Tuesday when he became the first Nigerian to qualify for the finals of the shot put event. Expectations on Cruiser, who was pushed into silver by Konas at the 2019 World Championship in Doha, had obviously been very high. We expected a lot from him. He came second in Doha. He went to go and get his own jersey at the store. He came 12th. He's crashed out. But I think I like his spirit, despite all. Nigeria didn't support him. He went to a store to get his own jersey. He still competed. He came 12th. But what I want to hold on to is he represented Nigeria.
These athletes have no other choice but to rep the Nigerian nationality. Because, everyone else is doing well and has their nation backing them already. So when you want to go and express yourself, you express your athletic ability at the Olympics, you need a national backing, and unfortunately we don't have it. So the advice that I would give to any athlete who wants to represent Nigeria, just make sure you already have the resources to handle it yourself. At the end of it, if you win, we'll give you props, but do not expect anything along the lines of preparational resources.
Sayo, the lady who beat Oborududu in the finals has Ghanaian blood in her. And she has spoken extensively about the fact that she fought a fellow African. So she calls her. She doesn't say she's American. She says she fought a fellow African. She has beaten her twice. This is the second time she's beaten her. And of course, she says she wants to represent the black woman. And I think that takes away the fact that she beats Oborududu, really.
Yes, I actually love that part. Our lady actually lost in the final, but I don't want to take anything away from our lady there. She really, flew the flag of Nigeria very, very high at the Tokyo Olympics. She came out with silver, but the Ghanaian athlete who actually defeated her now, making it the second.
She's actually American, really.
Yeah. Okay. Let me say Ghanaian-born athlete who actually defeated the Nigerian there. She's trying to, eradicate the black movement. I want to use the word now. She's trying to inspire black women into sport and, to inspire them to greater heights. I think it's the way to go.
Okay, Sayo. Now, newly crowned Tokyo 2020 Olympics champion Tamara Mensah-Stock is on a mission after becoming the first black American woman to win a wrestling gold medal at the Games to inspire a young generation of athletes who will look at her and be empowered. The world champion had capped her Olympic debut with a gold medal in the women's freestyle light heavyweight category on Tuesday and said she was ready for her new role in life. Mensah-Stock had a tough draw in Tokyo before reaching the final and beating Nigerian veteran and 10 times African champion Blessing Oborududu 4-1 in the finals. Like the song says, I don't hate her so much right now, but I don't like her very much though. She beats Oborududu.
Yes.
I shouldn't like her. Yes. Now, Jamaican sprint queen Elaine Thompson-Herah prompted a rare clampdown from social media giant Facebook after being banned from posting footage of her own victory at the Tokyo Olympics. Thompson-Herah put a video on Facebook's own platform, Instagram, showing a win in the 200 meters on Tuesday when she completed an unprecedented women's double-double in the 100 meters and 200 meters at the Rio and Tokyo Games. Justifiably proud of her achievements, Thompson-Herah later revealed she had been temporarily suspended because of rights issues. Let me start with you, Sayo, on that one. Rights issues. She posted her own victory, a double-double, on Facebook, on Instagram, and Facebook suspends her for posting her own victory. Sayo, who does this?
Well, these are giant social media networks. So I think she represents one media.
But she owns her own rights, doesn't she?
She owns her
rights. She owns her own image rights. I don't know what the rights are about.
So
really.
The way I understand copyright is that if you, the biggest thing that causes headache if you post someone else's content is if you're making money from it. Otherwise, you're pretty much good. If you do it for educational purposes or just reflect. And Facebook, most people go on Facebook to connect with family, to show off their lives. This is her life. And what's upsetting, but also incredibly funny about this story is that these social media platforms can't seem to do anything to clamp down on the racist abuses that athletes face. But a video like this goes up from an athlete who's in the video herself, and they shut her down.
I'm a big fan of Johnson Thompson, and I was heartbroken when this happened. Heptalon world champion Katarina Johnson-Thompson's Olympic bid ended abruptly on Wednesday when she collapsed to the track during the 200 meters event, months after she suffered an Achilles tendon injury. The Briton won a hurdles beat and cleared 1.86 meters in the high jump before pulling up in the fourth event, crumpling to the ground as volunteers offered her a wheelchair to take her off the track. Johnson-Thompson waved them away, bravely rising to her feet and hobbling to the finish line as the few onlookers inside the Olympic Stadium applauded her. Team GB said on Twitter that she had injured her calf. That's a warrior.
It's like they say,
That's a warrior.
The spirit is willing, but the body is
Yes,
weak. You train for 4 years, going to other competitions, other championships, other meets, and you may be fit throughout those entire training periods, and suddenly the main thing, the one race...
When Jungle mature.
Yes, suddenly, I mean...
Okay, like I try to do on the show during this Olympic period, I try to make sure I bring you highlights, I bring you a feel of the Olympics, you know, so just a few highlights of different sports at the Olympics to give you a feel of Tokyo, you know. Now, Kenya's Emmanuel Korir won the Olympic men's 800 meters gold medal, extending the East African nation's dominance of an event they have now won 4 times in a row. His compatriot, Ferguson Rotich, took silver, and Patrick Dubek of Poland claimed the bronze. Sweden threw everything they had as an individual show jumping Olympic gold medal in equestrian on Wednesday. But in the end, the Krona went triple silver. Champion Isidona Tridenkova 4-3 in the freestyle middleweight final. Aston Villa captain Jack Grealish will undergo medical at Man City today before finishing a £100 million deal with the Premier League. Jack Grealish, 100 million.
It almost feels, it kind of, for a while we've been hearing
100
about
million
this potential deal, but it feels like the number has been set for so long. So what was taking so long for it to complete? At the point I was feeling like Aston Villa just aren't going to accept it. But I guess the conversation they must have had with Grealish at the behind the scenes must have suggested to them that it was better for them to just take the 100 million and go, because my guy wants to go play at City.
This is the captain at Aston Villa, a fantastic player. Nobody wants to lose the player like this, like Jack Grealish. But Man City, do they need a Jack Grealish right now?
Well, I mean,
I was thinking of them getting a striker. They only have Gabriel Jesus now.
Maybe Pep is ready to revamp the squad, and Grealish is the next step for that.
Okay, now before I go, Bayern Munich have actually honored Alexander Zverev, and of course they actually honored him, gave him a jersey, and I think that's fantastic, really.
Yes, players like that, they need to be honored. They need to be.
He's a tennis player. I watched something about Usain Bolt, who's a big Man U fan, who met Man U players, and now Zverev is missing his. Tennis singles Olympic champion Alexander Zverev was gifted a Bayern Munich shirt and took part in a Legends-friendly exhibition during the club's Open Day team presentation at the Allianz Arena. Bayern began their quest for a 10th straight Bundesliga title away to Borussia Mönchengladbach next Friday. Zverev. Of course, there's nothing as good as your club honoring you.
Yes,
really.
I mean, but then every German basically supports Bayern.
Bayern Munich, yeah.
So, but it's still,
it's a Diamannschaft.
Yeah,
it's a German machine. So
getting a jersey not bought from the store, directly given to you
by new one, gold
numbers. I mean, it's something you're going to put in a case somewhere, and you're going to
cherish
honor
forever. That's all we can take on the show today. Plus Sports on PlusTvAfrica on a rainy Thursday morning. Thank you very much, Sayo Oguntoye. You joined us via Zoom this morning. Thank you very much, Mukael Tinubu. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Join us same time tomorrow, same station, of course, on Plus Sports on PlusTvAfrica. My name is Wale Scott. Like I always advise you, at the end of every show, if not for anything, at least for your heart, do some sports.